There once was a powerful kingdom, known far and wide for its wealth, its warriors, and its grand additions. But above all, it was known for its king, King Armon, a man of wisdom, fairness, and a heart that sought truth above everything else. Yet the king had one growing worry. He was getting old, and he had no idea who should take his place after him. His advisors gave him many names. "Your Majesty, choose the bravest general. Choose the wealthiest nobleman. Choose the one with the strongest army." But the king shook his head every time. "A throne," he said, "is not carried by power. It is carried by character." And so he announced something unexpected, a final test. A test not of strength, not of knowledge, and not of wealth, but a test of respect. The king ordered that every young man in the kingdom be invited to the palace courtyard at sunrise. When they arrived, they found the king seated on a simple wooden chair, not on a throne, not wearing crown, but dressed like an ordinary old man. Beside him stood an old clay water pot and a single wooden cup. The young men whispered among themselves, "Is this really the test? Where's the challenge? What kind of king sits like a servant?" The king raised his hand and said softly, "My sons, I am tired. I need water. One by one, come and give me a cup." They looked at each other in confusion. Some laughed, some felt insulted, some walked away, thinking it was a waste of time. But a few remained. The first young man stepped forward confidently. He grabbed the cup, filled it with water, and placed it in front of the king with a cold expression. "There, Your Majesty," he said, "I have done what you asked." The king simply nodded. Then came another. He filled the cup, but spoke loudly so all could hear. "I would make a fine king, Your Majesty. I obey orders quickly." Again, the king only nodded. But then a quiet young man walked forward. His clothes were plain. His hands were rough, the hands of a laborer, not a nobleman. His name was Ion. He kneeled gently beside the king and whispered, "Your Majesty, the water is cool, but the cup is old. Please drink slowly so it doesn't spill." The king looked at him with calm curiosity. Ion continued, "Before you drink, may I wipe the dust from your chair? You look tired from sitting for so long." The young man removed his own shawl, wiped the seat, adjusted the king's cushion, and then handed him the water with both hands. Not as a servant, not as someone seeking reward, but as someone showing genuine human respect. No fear, no pride, just kindness. The entire courtyard fell silent. The king drank the water and gently placed the cup down. Then he stood, revealing beneath his robe the royal crest stitched into his clothing. The crowd gasped, realizing he was not dressed as an ordinary man to show humility. He was dressed that way to test theirs. King Armon looked at them with steady eyes. "You see," he said, "anyone can follow commands. Anyone can pretend to be loyal when the crown shines before them. But respect, true respect, is shown when you think no one is watching, when the reward is unknown, when the person in front of you looks ordinary." He pointed toward Ion. "This young man did not treat me like a king. He treated me like a human being." The king stepped forward and placed his hand on Ion's shoulder. Power without respect becomes cruelty. Wealth without respect becomes arrogance. Leadership without respect becomes tyranny. Ion has shown not obedience, but compassion. And compassion is what holds a kingdom together. The courtyard exploded in applause. Ion fell to his knees, overwhelmed. "Your Majesty, I never sought the throne." The king smiled gently. "And that is exactly why you deserve it." The test was complete. The kingdom had its new leader. Chosen not by sword, not by gold, not by ambition, but by respect. And from that day on, King Ion ruled with a humble heart. The people loved him, not because he demanded loyalty, but because he earned it. The moral of the story is simple. Respect is not something we take. It is something we give. And those who give it receive far more in return.